If a person didn't know this, you would think, well, how does one guy have 45 bosses? So the board of directors, they hire the executive director for each area development district. Our board of directors is made up of our 10 county judges in our 10 county region, our 25 mayors.
How'd the meeting go today?
Meeting went well. Had a good dialogue between a lot of good representatives.
And 10 citizen members appointed jointly by each mayor and judge to represent their county. 45 board members essentially help guide the mission and the charge for the area development district. Take these guys out of the hidden rooms and bring them kind of out where people could see. It's a window of time that we've preserved from 1968 to present. And it's fascinating to me because we can look through here and see there's, at some point in time or another, we've had a mayor or a county judge executive or a citizen member from every one of our 10 counties that have served in the capacity of chair. Within tons of history, 50 years worth of history. So that's pretty incredible.
We started and they gave us room in the basement of the courthouse in Bowling Green, and there wasn't, I think we had a planner, somebody who did the EDA projects, and a secretary, and that was the staff that started. Then we got into the aging program and added another staff position. And when we got into the criminal justice thing, we had a little office up on the top floor of the courthouse. We added the aging, and that needed space for 2 people. Pretty soon we outgrew the space the county judge was willing to give us in the courthouse. And we were having trouble with We had 3 locations for offices, and when we added the 4th one, it became obvious that we were spending all of our time looking for each other. So we began to look for a place where we could bring it all together. Chamber of Commerce here, in some areas they looked upon the formation of the districts as a new competitor, but agencies in Washington were seeing the need for what we were doing.
You know, it's like we have Christmas once a month, and it's on our board day. And she was appointed by the Trump administration to be the Kentucky State Director of USDA. She helps bring private and nonprofits and public sector entities together with funding opportunities to improve infrastructure and things like that.
I mean, the level of things that goes on here is so far above my head as like
mine too sometimes. If you're not working in this every day, you don't understand it, and even then, it's really hard to tell your story.
I'd like to call this meeting to order. Would rise and join us in the pledge of allegiance. Judge Fields is going to lead us in that pledge.
I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, when you improve the quality of life in the rural communities in the Brad, the very fundamental values that this country is built upon are those rural values. It's that sense of neighborhood and community and helping one another and honesty and hard work. The things that we know in our rural communities, when they are strong, America's strong. You're not just doing it for Fountain Run or Gamelia or whatever. You're really doing it for America.
That's going on, and hopefully will continue to go on for another 50 years. Thank you.
I know it.
How are you, Dave? You've been here for 50 years.
I'm the only original board member.
You're the
left.
original board
only one
member.
left.
You see so many things that's happened over the years. And I've enjoyed very much being friends with the 10 county area. You know that you can look back when you're just a young man coming in here, and all these 50 years I've been on this board. I've really enjoyed it. Made a lot of friends, and I think I've made a lot of friends. Enjoyed it. And I enjoyed the personnel we have here at the Brand. They're great young men and girls. They're working hard, and they're doing a great job. Really proud of what they've done over the years. I was thinking today in an executive board meeting we were having, what a great job Eric has done putting all this together and coming back to the board and explaining to all of us things that we don't really know about, but he's found out and passing the information on. So he's done a great job.
Yeah, Miss Stewart. I guess he was the first, and then Mr. Eaton, and yeah, that's what it's
Yep.
called.
Okay. Yeah.
And then you remember that young fella?
Oh, looky there.
That's
Yeah, that's a few years ago.
when I was chairman. And we started out with all of us were grasping at straws, trying our best to do what was right, and we had a lot of help from the federal government and the state government, everybody working together. Barren River really took off and done well. All 10 counties pulled together. And we pulled together. We didn't fight each other. We all worked together for what was best.
The nearly 400,000 individuals that live in the Barren River Area Development District essentially guide the decisions that we make on a day-to-day basis here. The uniqueness of that is we have counties and cities or jurisdictions within those counties that are as small as 200 or 300 people to cities that are like Bowling Green, with 60, 70,000 people in population. So we go from the most rural areas of farming communities to agriculture to, the makeup of the city of Bowling Green with all of its amenities and entities like Western and all the industrialization that's gone on, the manufacturing, all of those things kind of create a unique place, I think, to live and work in South Central Kentucky. I quickly discovered that the staff that's here, that has remained here through those challenging times, they've got grit. And I think grit is a rare find, a rare attribute to have in today's workforce. So what they've been able to demonstrate to me is they know their jobs, they know what they're doing, and they do it very well. I could not do the things that my staff does every day, day in and day out. And I don't know that I'll ever be able to relate to them how proud I am of what they do. So I've learned so much from them in the past year by observing and just by engaging in their processes.
Is this where the big projects happen? This is where the new guy is.
Too long ago. I worked in Lexington for a while at the
Doing?
UK, doing algae research.
Algae research. Are you a microbiologist? Is this a big opportunity for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to get to know a lot of people, and I want to be here for a while and do a lot of good.
Well, I think you're in the right spot, bud.
Yeah, it's been a difficult couple of years for the Brad, but I'm very excited about where we stand at the moment. The people that we have in place, very excited about Eric, and I know he leans heavily on those that have come before him, but he's a bright young man, so I expect that the next 50 years will be just as good as the last 50 years, so we're excited to be a part of the Brad and beneficial. We're seeing more and more regional efforts as far as economic development and workforce. We're not just selling Glassville and Barren County to industry, but we're selling this region. That's a national initiative or effort that's going on, and you see those areas of the country that are most successful are doing just that. We can't work within this silo of this is just Glasgow or Barren County. We've got to be working with our neighbors to attract those type people with our educational systems, those regional ATC centers. All of those kind of things can be fostered in an environment that Brad provides. So I will see that, I personally see that collaboration amongst those surrounding counties in, again, whether it's economic development, education, or whatever that may be, those collaborations should become more and more important as we begin to look at regional efforts. Again, we're not as constricted as we once were as far as I need to have everything that I need within 10 miles, 15 miles from home. Still have a lot of communities, I think, that are very much focused on their limits, be it city or county limits. But I think when you look at the areas of our state that are performing well, that have great growth, it appears to me that it's a very regional effort. It's a collaborative effort from their partners that do surround them.
You know, and it's in our name, development, but it's growth and prosperity, because if you look around and you travel much throughout the United States, you'll see there are some areas that haven't prospered, and I think if you really did your research, what you're going to find is those areas that do have the infrastructure, the nice highways, the water treatment facility plants, and those programmings that truly help people, what you're going to find is there was an area development district. I can easily recognize the institutional knowledge that's in front of me, and it's impressive because before me is a man who's paved the way for the concept of regionalism, which is the mission then, and it's the same mission today, is to help our communities prosper economically and to grow and develop.
Happy birthday, Brad! We hope for many more years.
Happy birthday, Brad. Happy birthday, Brad.
Take it from a guy that knows 50's not that bad. Happy 50th birthday to the Brad. We're glad to be a part of that.
Chúc mừng sinh nhật. Happy birthday, Brad.
The Barren River Area Development District says thank you to each of you who have been a part of our successful history, and happy 50th birthday, Brad.
And I like to kick, stretch, and kick. I'm 50. 50 years old. 50 years old. 50, 50,
Okay, all right.